here. Just want to say that. My name is Tshireletso Tau. I never really give my exact name much, but that's who I am. I love coffee. I also don't like coffee, but I love coffee. I'm a tea girl, personally, but oh, just the art of coffee is so amazing. So, again, Tshireletso Tau. I'm 24, or I'm soon to turn 24. I have a twin sister, a younger brother, and a couple of other siblings. I stay in Pretoria North, Warner Park. I have a loving family. My parents are divorced, unfortunately, but they both still love me very much, and I love them very much as well. So I'm actually very blessed. So yeah, that's all I can say about myself. Yeah. It has been an experience, actually. I don't know, like the first time I got my first job, it was like, okay, like, yeah, I'm working now. I can do this, I can do that. It's fine. But I kind of feel like over time you get used to only focusing on your job, that you kind of, I won't say you forget your friends, but there's not a lot of time to actually communicate with your friends and family and all of that. So at a certain point of time, it is actually quite difficult. Yeah. But one thing I've learned is it's okay, because you stress a lot about it. You stress about, I haven't texted this person because I actually want to find out how they're doing, but at the same time, it's like I'm so stressed about work and I don't necessarily want to be social. That's okay. Like, it's okay to be in that space, but it's also okay to even send one text, hey, how are you doing? I'm good. Like, that is enough. As long as you make the effort to actually reach out and connect with your people, it makes things easier. For one, I would say at least every month, like once every month, text your family, text your friends, and actually catch up with them. I'm not talking about like your daily like texting like, hey, how you doing, and then it ends up when you say, no, she went here and I went to visit this friend, and like that's it, and then you continue on. I mean, like, actually catch up with them, find out how are they doing emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, because you never know, somebody might be going through something and they might need you, but they also don't really say anything because they know how much you're actually doing right now. So yeah, just be willing to catch up with your family and friends, number one. Number two, don't shy away from making new friends, because once you get out there, it's you tend to want to stay on the safe side in your comfortable space, because that's what you know, and you don't really know what happens when you start befriending other people and connecting with them and all of that. It's like, I can connect with this guy, I can connect with this girl, but at the same time, it's like, do I actually want to go hang out with them, like, or do I actually want to spend time like at home on Netflix and just chat with OJ or anything like that? I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Like, take your time. So catch up on your family and friends at least once, like fully be invested in catching up on how you're doing, and be open to exploring new connections with other people, but also be patient with yourself. Also be patient with yourself. A lot of the times it feels like the world is rushing by. It happens, but it's okay. Just remind yourself that when you're aware of something like that, it shows you that you are making an effort. It shows you that you are actually doing good. So I'd say those three. No. Yeah, sorry about that. personally, it's not like I don't have methods. I just, yo, I'll be straightforward. I enjoy spending my money. Okay, like same as any other person. But um I spend quite a lot on food and transportation. And I'm not talking about like just groceries. I mean like fast food and like, that day where you just want a bar or you want a bottle of water or that cold drink. Yeah. But from what I've learned though, well, an effective way to actually manage your money, like just budget properly. When that money comes in month end, like around the 20th or the 30th, around that time, I tell myself to take 500 out because you'll need that for transportation or any other knickknacks like during that week. Take 500, the rest, pretend you don't have it yet. Like, seriously, pretend you don't have it yet. I'll pretend like that 500 was an allowance and I'm still going to be receiving my paycheck the next week. At least if you can manage to not spend all of your money in the first week, which is very difficult because a lot of places there are lots of specials. And when it comes to like living alone or living at home, you want to contribute and buy groceries, especially like all of that. But pretend you don't have it because you don't. You really don't. The moment you start spending that first week and then second week you're left with 3K and you feel like, no, I still have a bit of money, you end up using like almost all of it. So first, put 500 aside for yourself. Pretend you don't have the rest for that first week. Second week, then it's okay. You have money. Focus on what you need to get first, not what you want. Focus on what you need. Because right now, I need toiletries, groceries. I need to put money aside for transportation. Because after that, once I'm sorted with that, then I want to start spending money. It's difficult, yes, but you can do it. It would be very surprising and shocking if I don't get lonely. Yeah, it's weird, but guys, moving out, as amazing as it is, as amazing as that independence is, there's also a certain point where like you'll actually feel lonely because you're so used to being surrounded by so many people that it's like, oh, I could have just like gone through this door and found my sister there, but now that I'm alone, it's just a room with a bed. So I'd be very surprised if I don't get lonely. But I'd be even more surprised if that didn't encourage me to stay connected. Yeah, I agree. But me saying that I agree is not saying that it's a bad thing. More often than not, when you say I agree on one thing, you're opposed to the other. Yes, it is a shortcut, especially when it comes to having to be independent, but it has so many benefits and it is very useful. When you're living by yourself, there's so many responsibilities that you get consumed with and so many fears and doubts that actually come about. But with the roommate, you're able to actually manage through those hard times. Even through the good times, we're made to love and socialize. And to be able to have a roommate who can actually share in those moments with you, it makes life quite easy. You're able to truly allow yourself to connect, truly allow yourself to fall and get back up. So, do I agree that it is a shortcut? Yes, but it's not without its benefits. Yes. Because have you ever noticed when, okay, you know, when you're home alone, like there's nobody there or anything. Like, let's say your parents leave for a week, right? And your sister and brother are like visiting family and you actually wanted your own space. You're at home. At least on the fourth day, there's that point where you actually start feeling a little bit lonely. Not in the bad sense, like it's like, okay, I'm by myself. I actually want to catch up with people and family and like my mom and see how they're doing. And you would. But take that moment, that split moment where you realize that you're actually lonely. When you're living by yourself, that space and that emotion is amplified tenfold. So it becomes very difficult. You have to be able to look into yourself and try and find guidance when there is none. I mean, yes, you can phone your parents, yes, you can phone your friends and all of that, but when you're alone, you build the necessary tools and habits in order to handle those things by yourself with the support of your family and friends. So it's quite difficult and scary, but it's worth it. It's not going to be easy for everybody. Not everybody is able to manage it, and I kind of feel there's a certain grace behind that. If you're able to do it, be humble enough to actually tell yourself in the morning, I did it. I did it. Not a lot of people can, and it's okay. So, yeah, it's scary. I agree. When you're young and you think, I want to move out, you only picture a room that you only have to pay for that gives you water, electricity, and you have that nice couch and the kettle and the pots and all of that. But you never really fully go into the details. In order for you to actually have that water and electricity, you have to budget for it. In order to have that small couch and the kettle and that pot, you have to budget for it. They are necessary things to actually living by yourself. You can't just move out into a room. What you gonna do in that room? You're gonna walk around it or what? And then you're gonna call your mom and say, Mama, I need to go wash my clothes. I need to use the bathroom because there's no water running in my place. So I would suggest to be patient. I mean, even now, I'm still like, I want to go out. I really want to move out. But one thing my mom has made me realize is, so she likes saying this phrase. It's not to scare us. It's not to like be mean or anything. It's just to allow us to get to a place where we actually be real with ourselves. So what she would usually say is like, pretend I'm dead, right? It's not like pretend and think about whether or not I'd be dead in a car accident or which hospital I'm at. No, she's talking about if I pass away now and we have the funeral and we have heartfelt goodbyes and all of that, what happens next? The one person who was supporting us, the one person who took care of the electrical bill, the water bill, the car bill, all of that, she's not here anymore. So you have to be able to strategically think about, okay, these are the small things I need to take care of now in order for us to actually continue driving the car. So what I've adopted is I'd start buying like small things. So I started buying spoons. So first paycheck, I got spoons, right? I put it away, and they're so nice spoons. I put it away. Second paycheck, I got some glasses. Six is enough. There's only one me and three others, and then the rest for guests. But six. Then the next one, dishes. Like just buy small things that you will be able to survive on. In I'd say in 2021, we were staying with our dad. But when me and my sister came back, my brother was staying with him, like that side. But since he was studying in Tlhabane, he was staying in his own room. So, I mean, it was a good day. I mean, my dad was literally on the next street over, so he was still close to family. But so in his room, he had a cupboard. So it was one cupboard, one bed, two drawers, a kettle, a dish to like wash your dishes in, because not everybody can afford a sink or anything like that. And there was a bath and a couple of cutleries. And he would, well, from time to time, he would go with my dad to do groceries, but my dad encouraged him, just think of the small things. So, like juice, jam, bread, to get through the day, to snack on, all of that, noodles, then things for supper, your vegetables, your fruit, your tomatoes, your pasta, anything like that. As much as it wasn't a lot, it was more than enough for one person to get by and to still have good food, but obviously on a low budget. So you have to really think about that. If you want to move out, really picture the space that you actually want to go to and picture what the things you need to get, what it's going to cost you, and how you need to be able to spend your money. So, like me, I spend a lot on food. I love food. It's I have to be able to train myself to be like, listen, I know we are going to get food. I cannot say no to myself, but at least manage it properly. Instead of getting like that really amazing cuisine or chow mein in the beginning of the month, rather save it for the end of the month or the second last week, so that you've taken care of everything else, and then anything like small change you can use. It's fine. I agree. Again, like I said, just like my mom said, pretend I'm dead. You can't be fully independent when you're still receiving assistance from others. And that's not saying that you shouldn't. It's a really amazing thing for so many people to actually get that support. There are not a lot of people that do, and I pray that they actually get that support, even if it's from strangers or from friends. It's a beautiful thing, but you won't be able to manage your money properly without actually taking the initiative to look at what you're spending, what you need, what you want. Always think about what you need first before what you want. And if you're unable to get into that headspace of thinking, okay, my mom is going to be able to take care of the rent because like she's paying my house for me, or like my dad will be getting me groceries or anything. If you're unable to think of those kind of things, you won't be completely independent until you can get to a point where you're like, okay, I willingly want to actually start thinking about these things. This is how much effort my mom puts in. This is how much money she puts in. This is how much money my dad puts in all of that. And I know it's like based like around finance, but it's very important. But you also have to be patient with yourself. That is the most important thing actually ever. You can't rush it. As much as you want to, you cannot rush it at all. You have to stay true to yourself, stay true to the values that you uphold, but also allow yourself that space to growth. So,
oh, beautiful. Yeah. You're not truly independent until you live alone. How do you feel about that?
I disagree. Yeah, okay. Like, you're not truly independent until you're able to handle your finances by yourself. But I can be very dependent, like with people around me. You're able to do that. For instance, personally, in I think it was 2022 or 2023, there was a time where like I finished matric, I just came back home like from staying with my dad, and my mom was unemployed, right? I mean, we were good, but you know, when you're unemployed, you have to search for more jobs. And I took it upon myself. I'm like, you know what? I actually want to see if I can get a job. So I started like job searching and all of that, and I did get a job. And for a while, like I actually supported my family, right? And I made that decision to be like, I'll take care of this. I'll talk to my mom. If she wants to take care of this or anything like that, she'll tell me. Like, I'd encourage my mom, Mama, I know that you're the head of the house, but I do have a job, and I did get a job to also assist, but also to grow personally. So if there's something that you actually need the money for, or if you need me to take care of something, you're more than welcome to tell me. At first, she didn't, I won't say she didn't like it in a terrible way, but she didn't want me to have to be in the state of surviving and supporting for everybody else like that. And I told her, look, Mama, as much as, yes, you don't want that, we are all in this together. All of us. We stay in the same house, we eat the same food, we still like go to the same rooms or anything like that. So if we need to be able to support each other, let's build that here. So for a year, I was the only one with the job. And every single time I tell people like I actually have a job, like, and I'm actually like supporting the house, they'd be like, I don't know how you did this, like especially emotionally and mentally. And I'll be honest, it never really like affected me. Like, it was just a thing I did. The same way you pour water in a kettle or you make the peanut butter sandwich. But I realized that I actually had to get to the point where I had to be humble and acknowledge what I did. Because I didn't want to come off as it's so easy, because it's not. I had to tell myself, hey, you actually did this. And that's actually quite amazing. So suck it up. Be okay when they compliment you. Don't be all shy and all of that, because it really is an amazing thing. But also remember, as much as it's an amazing thing, also stay true to yourself. Don't go around bragging, oh, I had a job. No. I did that by choice and because I love my family. Agreed. Agreed. There was a point in my life like where I was like, ish, we are struggling financially. Like maybe if I moved out, it would be easier on the house or anything like that. And it was like, no, that's not why I should move out. You shouldn't. Okay, I'm not gonna say you shouldn't, because it's different for everybody. For me, I've told myself that you have to stop this thing of saying we should move out because it's necessary. I want to be able to have that joy of finally being financially stable and be like, okay, I can actually get a house now. And be like, I can get a cat or a car, you know? There should be that joy and, in essence, that freedom to be able to actually move out on your own. It shouldn't be a burden. It shouldn't be like a sacrifice, even though it is for some people. And that's okay. I'm not saying that the bad things that happen to other people is okay, no. But it's okay to acknowledge that it's difficult for some people and it's something that they need to do. So when you're able to come to that realization that it's okay to go through life, through these challenges, it's also okay to want to do it out of free will, to do it out of a place of not feeling so down, of not being so anchored, especially to emotions and hard times and all of that. So, yes, it should be a freedom, not a necessity.
That's beautifully said. So, we've reached the end of this episode. Do you have any final words that you want to tell the youth, or the biggest lesson you've learned on your journey?
Our parents lied. It is freaking hard being an adult. it is it is hard. It is hard. But it's also exciting. And I know a lot of people like will hear like be aware of the financial situations and all of that, but it's exciting. It's exciting to want to grow and be like, okay, do I want to get this? Yes. What am I willing to do for it? Find a job. What do I need to do to get a job? Print out a CV, get experience, look for people who will be able to teach me these kind of things. It is exciting. And not just the work part, not just getting that notification on your phone, be like, you got paid. No. But also the people that you're with. Like, they'll make it easier. Stay true to who you are. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be a ride. So look forward to that. Just continue to look forward to that. As long as you're able to stay true to the good things happening and acknowledge all the support that you have, it is going to be okay.